Have you ever walked into an old, dusty bookstore and felt like you were stepping into another world? The smell of aging paper, the towering shelves filled with forgotten stories. It's magical. Now, imagine hidden in one of those aisles, you find a book. It's unassuming, bound in worn leather, with no title on the spine. You're curious? So you open it, but this isn't just any book. This book is reading you. That's the story of Arthur Penwright, a man who inherited a bookstore that was more a museum of literary ghosts than a business. One rainy Tuesday, while sorting through a newly acquired collection, he found it. A book with a blank cover. He opened it, and the first line read, Arthur Penn, a man who preferred the company of books to people, ran a tired hand through his thinning hair, a sigh escaping his lips. Arthur froze. That was exactly what he had just done. He read on, his heart pounding in his chest. The book described his childhood, his first love, his deepest regrets, all with an unnerving accuracy that no one else could possibly know. It was his entire life, written on the page. He slammed it shut, his mind racing. Was it a prank? A trick? He cautiously opened it again. The text had changed. Now it described him slamming the book shut and cautiously reopening it. This book was alive. It was writing his story in real time. He spent the next few days obsessed, testing its limits. He'd think of a random memory, and the book would detail it. He'd perform a specific action, and the words would appear on the page, describing his every move. It was both terrifying and intoxicating. He held his own biography, one that was still being written. But then, a dark thought crept into his mind. If the book detailed his past and present, did it also hold his future? With trembling hands, he began to read past the current moment. The pages described his evening, the meal he would eat, the movie he would watch. It was all there. He kept reading, further and further, his curiosity overriding his fear. He read about the next week, the next month, the next year. He saw triumphs he never expected, and sorrows that made his chest ache. He saw himself growing old within the confines of his beloved bookstore. And then he reached the final chapter, the final page. With a knot in his stomach, he read the last paragraph. It described an old man, him, sitting in his favorite armchair by the fire, a worn, untitled book in his lap. It described his final breath, the moment his story would end. Arthur closed the book, a profound silence filling the room. He now knew everything, every choice, every outcome, his final moment. But knowing your entire story, does that free you, or does it trap you? He looked at the book. This book that reads you? He could follow the path laid out for him, a life guaranteed, or he could defy it. He could put the book on a shelf and try to forget, living with the ghost of his own ending, or he could burn it. What would you do if you found a book that held your entire life, from your first breath to your last? Would you read it to the end? Would you let it dictate your fate? Or would you fight to write your own story? It's a choice that redefines what it means to live. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tales that make you think. See you next time.